Welcome to Collect Her Podcast, the podcast with me, Ty, and Anne-Marie.
From Women on Tops, and we're here to talk all about women's sport card, female collecting, and everything in between. Ty, it's almost Nationals Week.
It's almost Nationals Week, and we get to talk to some of our friends who are dealers at the National. I'm very excited, and we're going to have them on in 5, 4, 3, 2. Take it away, Anne-Marie.
Well, I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. I am so excited that we're here today with two people that I remember very much meeting at my first national and being like, I want to know these people. And I suspect they looked at me and didn't have the same feeling, but yet here we are, like 4 years later, and
Yes.
I'm still harassing them.
We've blackmailed them into being here.
Sharon and Joy, thank you so much for coming here and for chatting with us. I know it's a busy schedule when you just probably are looking around thinking about all the things you have to sticker or label or sticker and label.
You literally told me my past week.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So thank you for spending time with us. And I don't know, maybe you can introduce yourselves, your body, your choice, and maybe talk a little bit about your previous national experience, and then we'll just nerd out. Is that fair?
Okay, you guys first. I'll go last.
Okay. I'm Joy Katawaki. I was trying to think about this today because I knew you were going to ask me this. I was like, how many nationals have I been going to? Like, how many nationals have I been in the dealer booth? I don't know. I mean, I had been there several years when I met Anne-Marie. I don't remember what year was your first one, so I don't know. But
2021, I think.
No, it was before COVID, I think, wasn't it? I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway. It was a couple years before they put you in the dark, hot corner of the national.
Yeah, that's among my tips are, I don't know, this year I'm gonna have to bring one of those like neck cooling rings or something. That was 2 years ago, and that was rough. So hydrate is a national tip. Hydrate and stay cool. But one of my story I always tell about when I met Anne-Marie, we had been talking on Instagram. So we were talking a lot about women's sports cards, and we had found, she was posting about some vintage women's sports, and I was like, oh, cool, I've got some of those cards. And so we were talking. She said she was going to her first national, and I said, so, come find me and we'll talk. And she brought snacks, but then what she did is she yelled at me because I had like very few women's sports cards in my cases at the time. And she was like, well, where are your women's sports? These are all boy cards. And I was like, oh, right, yeah. I collect them, but I don't often like sell them, or at least I think I was doing a little bit in that scene, like, well, thinking about what people are looking for. And then she was like, well, how are we going to get people to buy them if we don't sell any of them? And I was like, yeah, that's a great point. And I think there's millions.
This is why I don't have friends. This is why I only see friends once a year.
We are still friends. But it was great advice because I realized, like, yeah, you walk through that show, how many baseball, football, basketball, men's cards are there, and soccer. And they're like, I was always looking for women's sports cards. You had to dig through boxes. So since that national, I really focused on women's sports cards at the national, and it's been really, really, really fun. Yeah.
All right, Sharon.
Sharon, you're up.
Sharon the goat. Come on.
No goat.
Little bit goat.
Okay. This is as a dealer, probably my 12th year as a dealer. But probably 16th as my just national. I started with like other people's booth, hanging out in other people's booth. I have like maybe 4 or 5 showcase. But as my own, basically my 11th or 12th year. So you want tips for as a regular person or like as a dealer?
I like that you as a normal person or as a dealer.
A muggle wizard.
As a customer.
I don't want like both.
Yeah. Let's start with dealer. Like, okay, so as dealers, and you guys have both been at the national for a while, like, what are things you need to have as a dealer to sustain yourself through such a crazy freaking like week?
Okay.
Set up to tear down, like, And you know, there are some first time. I mean, it's rare, but hey, there are some first time
Yeah.
dealers at the National because they did like another opening up of booths and stuff. So, like, what are your
Yeah.
tips for
Okay.
dealers to like sustain you?
For dealers, it's a lot. It's good to have a good team around you. Because there was one time I didn't eat for like 36 hours, and totally forgot. Like after shows, go to events, go to sleep, wake up, same shit for five. Sorry, is this PG?
You can say whatever you want. I don't think we'll
Okay.
bleep you. Yeah, no, you're
Okay.
good. You're
We
good.
haven't been canceled yet, so you're okay.
Okay.
Yet is the operative.
So basically, you have to have a team kind of tells you, okay, gotta stop buying now because we just bought a lot. Okay, time to sell, or can you drink some water? Can you I have like team that tells me that, kind of, because I am very busy. I'm swamped. Probably the third day, my head is like about to pop basically because a lot of questions. I answer all the questions. Um, any big deal, you come as prepared as you could. What are you looking for? Tell your team, I'm looking for this and this and this. What sports are we looking for? What sports are we selling during nationals? Football is probably the best thing to sell. Buy is probably baseball and basketball, definitely. And then, the rest are non-sports. I started to start doing non-sport too. I sold a couple to you, that to you guys. And
Yeah.
obviously WNBA is growing and other female sports. So this year I started with like two nationals ago, maybe one showcase. Last year, two showcase. I'm coming rolling out with three showcase of women's sports this year. Yep. So very exciting. I want to be known as like, kind of want to advocate for female sports and support that. um I am so busy every year that I don't have time to kind of go to the women's booth before, but I'm always talking to Sarah and the people that runs it to kind of support them whatever they need. And I'm so happy to to hop on this podcast. You're literally in between three conference calls that I have to do today.
Well, we're very grateful that you made time for
No, no,
us.
no.
Thank you.
But
Yeah.
just be ready. Price as much as you could. I don't usually price my higher end stuff, but at nationals, you just got to put a price because
Mhm.
people walk away. But sometimes a price tag that you put in there might entice someone and they might not find you again. So it's good to put a price tag on things. So those are some of the tips that I know I kind of learned the hard way, during the nationals through the years.
All right, note to self: bring Sharon a sandwich. Do you have any dietary restrictions?
Yes, no sugar and low cholesterol stuff, please.
I don't I don't I don't think I have any. I don't ever carry any
I
Well,
know.
I'll
food
be carrying
criteria.
cheese. No, cheese is kind of cholesterol. You know.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, certain cheese, ricotta cheese, maybe.
okay.
Ricotta.
Oh, great. I'm totally going to show up at your booth with like a giant tub of ricotta and be like, hello. That is the number one tip in how to best negotiate.
Mhm.
One thing I think, thinking about like last national, one thing that surprised me, I know Joy, we may have talked about this, is I was surprised at there was more basketball, but a lot less soccer. And I didn't know if that was with the
Mm.
SoCo. Like looking like what are your predictions, I guess? And that surprised me. Like, what are your predictions? What's going to be the things that we're going to see a lot of at this national, and what things might we not see as much as we think?
I think
Lots of
so.
Caitlin.
Yeah,
Sorry,
lots of
sorry.
cake.
No,
Well,
you can continue.
No, I have thoughts on the soccer expo. I went to it last year one night. I was so tired, so it was hard
I
to get there after being
yeah,
at the
it
national all day.
was.
Joy was
Speaking of
hangry. Joy
I
was
was so
hangry.
hangry. Sharon's
She was
advice about eating, like that's the biggest one that is tough. But and I was really super impressed with what was going on at the soccer expo, and I expect that it's going to be bigger this year. And it's really exciting to see people like in that community together and meet so many of the people I talk to. I think that the downside of that is it like took soccer almost off the floor at national,
Mhm.
and nobody. I mean, people were. I've always sold soccer in the past. Prior to last year, soccer sold much better than women's soccer sold much better than WNBA. And the people I know like came around and they did do some buying. But like you're gonna save your money for the show that is dozens and dozens of soccer tables, and I get
Yeah.
that. So I do think in terms of like representation and growth of soccer on the national floor, it's going to impact that. And so I'm expecting this year, maybe even less soccer than I've done in the past. But I don't know. I mean, I'm surprised. Every year I try to predict like who's the player people are going to ask for, who's this, and every year I'm a little bit surprised. There's always like something or somebody I didn't think of. Last year I sold Diana Taurasi cards like all week. Everybody wanted Diana Taurasi. I don't know. I mean, she's great. Don't get me wrong. Like, but that was subsequent shows, non-national shows since then. It's like they sit around in my booth, So like I don't know. There's always somebody that surprises me.
You will have Diana Taurasi cards at this show, right? Because she's gonna be there.
Yes.
Okay.
There will be Diana Taurasi. Yeah, that's I forgot that she's coming. That'd be another good way to. There's always Taurasi cards. But the year before, nobody wanted Taurasi cards, which I kept telling people buy Taurasi cards. So I'm glad they did.
As dealers, do you find that there's differences between collectors who and how they maybe haggle, how they approach it based on like if they're male or female identifying, or do women's sport collectors interact any differently? Do they haggle less?
Which you guys could go first.
Like for instance, I teach sales. Like I think there's a cultural maybe stereotype that women don't like haggling for much. Do you find that within the card community?
I think it's
true. Some collectors have been doing this. It's just that they don't come to nationals, so they are professional hagglers already. So there is a few, I sold the Jordan rookie last year, I think, and it took a little haggling, but but most of the time, they're new, they're so excited to be at nationals, they just want to like purchase it if they see something, because not every booth have like you said, a Diana Taurasi card, so they're just excited to see it, and they don't want to miss it, so they'll just buy it. So that's what I noticed last year.
Do you also find it's hard with the Wi-Fi and to comp cards during the national? They said they're trying to improve it this year, but for people to like find the
last
comp
2
and
years,
kind of
the last 2 years have been tough, but not advertising Verizon, but Verizon has helped me a lot. The only problem is not my whole team is Verizon, said they all want to use my phone comping. So that's why I also comped everything, literally even my older stuff, comped everything the last like 2-3 days before going to nationals, because you want to be as prep as possible. The buying part, you just got to follow your gut if you can, comp.
Yeah. I think, Anne-Marie, I think your question is I've sort of found that to be the case, that I do think, women who are buying, have had a tendency to be a little less like, it doesn't feel like a competition, like they're trying to get the best possible dollar. Now, I'm not saying, here's the other thing. I also think that kind of like, what are the last comps and like always trying to get an edge is less true. Like I'm kind of doing a niche thing where a lot of my buyers are collectors and not flippers.
Yeah.
And so I also now, and still actually, especially at national, the majority of those buyers are still men. I think people are like, some people are thinking, oh, women's sports. I mean, yeah, there may be more women buying women's sports, maybe, but the majority of buyers are still men on the national floor.
I mean,
and so
most of the people.
Sorry, go ahead.
Most people that buys my Caitlin are still men, to be honest with you.
Well, the majority of people that watch women's sports are men. I always do, as someone who studies consumer behavior, I do remind dealers a lot that women control over 85% of household spending. So a woman might not be the one buying it, but she's the one who there's a woman behind that purchase often.
Yep. Or they're hiding it from.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, unless you go to Barclays Center and they're pretty much female watching the Liberties, but
right. So like I think about like if someone say like what's your best card you've picked up or your best score at national, like I think about, and again this is where sometimes dealers don't necessarily always know what they have, and when I'm first national I would say, hey, this is like a $50 card in a dollar box. Now I'm just like, whatever, there's you didn't do your homework. So it's sometimes like finding the big lacrosse auto in a box. I remember a couple years ago at the national, I bought 12 Diana Taurasi rookie cards, like someone just said 12 of them. Like thinking for you, and maybe this is less as a seller and more as like a collector, like is there any kind of card that you picked up at the national that stands out as like the that was like my national win?
For last year?
For just any year.
Okay. Oh, um, last year there was okay. It was a funny situation. Basically, I bought a Shea Gilchrist Alexander. I've been collecting him for a while. A national treasure. I got it, and then I wanted to keep it because I think next year, which is this year, is gonna be his MVP year, and it happened. But so I always try. The end of the decision, it still comes up to me. But my team, I always turn around like, should we put this out? After I bought it. So I got an offer for double what I paid for it, basically. So Siobhan is giving me rolling her eyes like, nope, don't put it out. It's gonna be a lot more. And then Frank which is my manager, is like, nope, if you could double your money within like less than a day, why not?
Yeah.
So it was tough in the end. The customer was really nice, my regular customer, him and his kids. So I did sell it. But right now, every time I look at Siobhan, she still rolls her eyes anytime we see that card because now it's quadruple.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah. But it's like one of those funny things. I know this is just more like not as a collector, it's more like as a business decision when you do it. Because most of the time you'll be happy with making something, and
yeah.
not hold everything basically. But there are times that you gotta decide if you like the kid, it's not just about the money. It's about, if you enjoy the card too, hold it for a little. Mhm.
I don't think
But
I've
that's one of
ever.
my story.
Yeah, I don't have patience, and I don't mean because you can't find things. Like literally, I think like I don't have the attention span to like sit at the boxes and dig through them well enough when I'm
Mm.
like on the floor. I should get better at it because there's all kinds of good stuff in there. But I do remember several years ago, I found a Road to France Alex Morgan auto, and it was
Ooh.
Nice.
already it was a PSA 9, and those don't grade like
No,
very easily. And
terribly.
Mhm. Very hard,
yes,
yeah.
for ages I've been like I'm still not done with that set. I think did you finish it, Ty? Did you?
No, I didn't. I have one left.
Who is it?
Ashlyn fucking Harris.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
And yeah, there's
That's
like
actually that's not a curse word. That's actually Ashlyn Harris's middle name. So just
middle
so
name. Yeah,
people know.
yeah. And I don't remember the exact price I paid, but I remember it was in a dealer's booth. It was cheaper than it should have been. It was a 9, which is like really hard to get that grade, and I was very happy to grab that card. But
That's
um
cool.
yeah, that's one of my favorites that came to mind. I mean, I think I have really good memories. Look, over the booth, I really try. I really try to be very trans. I think, and I really think most dealers do, like, try to be very transparent, and you try to say, like, look, this is how this works. I do think that's one of
Mhm.
the things that buyers or sellers, and especially new people who are trying to sell to dealers, sometimes don't understand is that they're going to come up and they're going to ask you for 100% of what the last card sold for.
Right.
And,
Mhm.
like in most scenarios, you can't do that. And so I think one thing I've tried to do is just explain, like, here's what I
Yeah.
paid, here's why. And if you don't want to do that, I understand that's totally okay. Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
And so, I think that there's just kind of math to that. I think the better deals I've done is for cards for my collection have been like trades with people I've
Yeah.
met in the
Yep.
community, like big trade deals for cool cards that I've that aren't going to be my showcases. They're my collection cards, so those are probably more memorable. But I don't know that they were like bargains. I probably as a collector, we might have a tendency to be too excited about the card we bought.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
if I trade with people I like and everybody's happy
Yeah.
when it's over, it
Yep.
doesn't really matter.
So you guys are open to trades at your booths, or like go away, don't play that. Like, is that something you
Um,
guys are open to, or just like is that we can cut this, but like I think that can stay. I mean, are you open to people trading like
yeah.
what you're looking for if they have something, or looking through
Mhm.
their stuff at the booth, or is that the kind of thing that like, please don't come to my table and do that?
No, I like trading because I like talking to people. So yeah, I like trading.
Yeah. I mean, I always try to look. People will
Yep,
like sometimes they
exactly.
open their case and you're like, oh my gosh. Like when you
Mhm.
said you had
Yeah.
cards, I didn't know what it was going to be. So it does get hard though. It gets hard because the booths are busy, busy,
Yeah.
Yep.
busy, and it is hard. And so, I mean, I think it like having boxes and boxes, because sometimes people will
Yep.
do that, like be
Yeah,
difficult,
yeah.
right? Having a set of cards that are easier to look through and that you have like it really helps for advice for people coming is like if they have a sense of what that card is worth, like
Yeah.
because we don't have time to stand often and comp like a whole row of cards.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least, and not at the national, that might be okay at smaller
Yeah.
shows.
Know what your cards are worth going into the national, everybody. I think that's a really good lesson, both on the dealer side, having everything priced, and if you're planning on selling or trying to trade to dealers, like know what your cards are worth ahead of time, comp before you get there. Like I think that's good, just strategy going in because you're not going to make you guys crazy coming up to the booth not knowing and having you guys do the work when you're busy.
And the Wi-Fi might not cooperate with you then.
There you go. There you go.
And sometimes like I've seen people like they have their card stickered too, which like for me is really great. And that way, like sometimes I mean I don't really think anyone's like trying to pull one over on you. Sometimes people I think don't understand exactly how to comp right. And they're learning and that's okay. But I mean if then we can check a couple and if your sticker prices are looking right, then I'm probably gonna use those values. And
I'm always trading, but I will admit I get swindled by kids all the time. You're under the age of 13.
Oh man,
I just get taken for a ride.
I hate
Aaron.
buying from
trade up
kids.
challenge kids.
Just
Those
rent
trade up challenge kids get me every time.
Oh, just rent a child. There needs to be a service. Just rent a kid, put them in something like adorable. Like you show up. There was a kid with like a Megan Rapinoe jersey and just adorable. And I got mugged. I mean, it was a hate crime. I mean, it was just like.
If you're a child in a women's sports jersey, yes, you're going to get the best bargain of the day.
Don't come. I'm just going to walk away.
That is true.
Stay home.
Literally they're like, oh, how much is that? Here, you could take it.
Yeah, I'm literally like, goodness. I'll give you $10 to take it. Good memory, right? You remember, women take care of women. Old Girls Network.
Yes.
Except you just swindled me. So I got robbed. I got mugged. So,
okay. Yeah. I would love for you guys to tell us where we can find you on the show floor so we can come say hi. The people watching this can come say hi.
I got a pound of ricotta that I got to lug through half the country for your booth.
Okay, I'm going to do that, but I have to find my booth number again.
Okay. So let me start. I'm in booth, Black Jaded Wolf's going to be in booth 861 and 863. We're right in front of... What?
I might be at 865. Oh no.
Thomas going to be bugging the shit out of you all the time.
This is going to be over. I know. I'm the booth where there'll be a code word if people need tampons.
Okay.
Because,
but we're going to be
you
right
can't
in
find
front
at the National.
Of Panini. We're going to be right in front of Panini and David Adams. Oh, so Anna's going to be there too.
You'll hear my voice before you see me. That's fine.
Dangerously close.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, but she sleeps on the convention center floor. She never leaves. Like you will never beat her there and you'll never be there longer than her. She's always there.
Well, John, I hang out with John's booth and he's a power introvert. So I'm like I'm his emotional support extrovert. So I'll be in like a vest that's like do not pet because he'll just stand there and my hands will start moving at 8 a.m. So
okay, cool.
Very important.
One more thing. I just wanna so we are also gonna be the eBay live. I don't know how you call it. 3 hours streaming. We're gonna be streaming at eBay Live Trade Night, basically.
Nice.
My team. Yeah, and also the eBay booth main stage, we have like a session today. The first session during Nationals is going to be ours. So first card is going to be Caitlin Clark.
I think Ty and I just do a stud buds, like 17 hours.
Yeah, 17. Don't you mean 72?
72, yes, thank you. 72 hours of us like eating bagels and
singing Pink Pony Club, apparently.
Pink Pony Club. And so check us out on Twitch, I guess.
Okay.
Pink hair. Joy, are you going to be in the dark corner without AC?
No, I think we're a little closer to like the entrance that's by Starbucks this year. I think it's 3210, 3212 are the booth numbers. And so yes, I'm technically a national employee of IndyCard Exchange. So I've for a number of years I help them out all week because back in the day when everybody was just like a little thing and everybody needed their friends to help. Now they're not so little of a thing, but I don't know. I like them. Like Sharon was saying, good team of people. They're fun to hang out with. And yeah, I get to put some women's sports cards out there, and they've got tons of other stuff too. So, but yeah, I think it's a new location, and I'm just praying it's not as hot as it was last time.
Oh my goodness. So
but
Black Shaded Wolf, Joy is at the Indie Card Exchange booth. They're gonna have women's sports cards. They're gonna have variety. They always have bangers. I think Sharon's gonna have some non-sport,
We have 3-4 showcase of non-sports.
which I also love. Any card I've ever bought from the two of you, I still have sitting in a box in my office. So
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, I can't wait. We're a week out. Thank you for joining us.
yeah,
Thank you
when this airs, we're gonna be a few days out. We're gonna be an X amount of days out. We're gonna try to get this up quickly. We greatly appreciate both of you for taking the time to be with us on our podcast, Collect Her, which we're launching pretty hard now. Is this our hard launch?
This might be the hard launch.
Oh my God, hard launch.
The hard launch.
If you had ricotta cheese on your Collect Her bingo card for your first podcast, let us know. Good job. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you guys.